I am super excited today. I've got my buddy and legendary entrepreneur, Beni Doolan, from 5.4. And I just need to, for those of you that haven't come across Beni before, just let me give you an insight as to what he's achieved during his business career. He's won 2016 number 18 BRW Fast Starters Australia Top 100, 2016 third place award SmartCompany Australia Smart 50, 2016 winner Brisbane Lord Mayor Small Business Growth Award, 2016 winner Brisbane Young Entrepreneur of the Year, 2016 number 3 in a SmartCompany Australia Top 30 Under 30, 2016 number 4 in Business News 40 Under 40, 2015 winner Stevie Gold International Business Awards. How old are you, Beni?
28.
He's 28 years old, ladies and gentlemen.
When you say it that fast, Beni, it sounds like a lot.
We've only got 10 minutes. This is the way LinkedIn video works. Can you tell us what's the number one thing that you've attributed to your success as an entrepreneur?
Mate, probably just not giving up. That's it. Just to be honest, there's been a lot of ups and downs, and you kind of read out the ups and you've done this, but you don't see the behind the scenes. So, like with any business and any business professional, you've got the ups and downs, but probably just being consistent and making sure that just a bit of a, even when you're down in the dumps, never giving up attitude.
I love that. That's awesome. And we've seen this with so many successful entrepreneurs. When did you, what was the first business venture you were involved in, or when did you realise that you were an entrepreneur?
I think I'm still realising it, to be honest. But in saying that, in 2013 I started 5.4, and it was just for a lack of, finding a gap and finding a lack of other businesses that were doing something that I wanted to do and that I found a niche in the market with.
And you were at university, right, when you started it?
Yeah, exactly. So,
can you take us back there and tell us how you got started?
Well, I was doing a few things post-grad, and I was working as an in-house nutritionist, and kind of found that these Commonwealth Games Olympic athletes weren't looking after their diets, and I just thought someone's got to be doing this. Tried to help them out, and just doing a range of different things to try and help them out, and they couldn't help themselves. So I just said, look, tell you what, this is something that's really big for me. I want you guys to do well. I'll help you out and I'll cook the food myself. So I started just cooking people some food, found a gap in the market that no one was currently doing at that, or no one was doing at that stage, and decided to kind of take it on myself and just said, look, I'll do it for you guys. And then next thing you know, started getting good results, getting a big following. People started picking up, and business started picking up and going really well. And I thought, hey, you know what? There might be a gap in the market for this kind of as a business venture.
Yes, right. And so tell us about when you went from, doing it as something that you were passionate about, that you saw a way that you could help people, to when you started taking it seriously as okay, maybe this is going to be my career.
It was probably at the point that I had no money. I was doing it. I was doing it for people just to kind of help them reach their goals and their potential. I was training full-time as an athlete, track and field, and I started doing really well. The other guys started doing really well, and it got to the point where I was just cooking in my kitchen at home and hiring a wicked van and driving it out from midnight to 7 a.m. every Saturday, every Sunday night. And I just thought to myself, why am I putting myself through this heartache and breaking even, just literally $0 being made? I thought maybe there's some warrant to this, and maybe I can make a business out of it.
Yeah. And that's awesome, and what a success you've made of it, winning all those awards in the space of 2 years?
Yep.
3 years?
Mm-hmm.
It's exceptional to see a business, and I think the last figure I saw was in the SmartCompany article that was published about you, where you said the business was turning over 15 million, which is a massive jump from just doing it as a university hobby, isn't it?
It's gone around.
And so literally, year on year, you must have been jumping tenfold?
Yeah, we had roughly 900% growth in the first year, in the first 12 months of it. As it kind of progressed, we kind of took on board a marketing partner to help us, take it to market in terms of social media, Facebook, their website, SEO, all that kind of stuff. And then it kind of got to the point where we realised we had a good product at a good price point. It was just about marketing effectively. So essentially, we're an online sales business, health, food, nutrition, wellbeing, that kind of sector. And in the last few years, we've really seen a massive growth, and probably more so in the last 2 to 3 years, it's been really taking off. So yeah, we definitely grew quite quickly, and with that, you kind of see the awards where it's all the pros. We went from X to growing to here, but the back end facilitating that potential growth, the restructuring, the back end, the food consistency is is a pretty strenuous period.
So what I'm hearing is even though Beni's had this rapid growth, is there was a period that a lot of people don't know about where he was hustling, and there were cash flow. Like, I mean, I have to manage financial things too. And like, I think what you've done is you've started with the product, you've started with innovation, and then when you've nailed that, it allows you to focus on marketing. And yes, marketing becomes a success factor, whereas like some businesses jump into marketing before they got the back of house right, and then of course they run into all sorts of problems because they can't facilitate the growth.
100%, and that's I guess you can kind of see it from the small businesses that do grow past that 1 year, past that 2 year mark. It's very little amount, especially in Australia. But you kind of look at it in terms of assets, money in the business versus cash flow, and we see a lot of people, particularly in our industry. If someone says to me every day, "Oh, there's a new player in your industry," and I sit there and I go, "Well, good luck to them," because I've been through it all, and I was very fortunate in the way that I initially set it up. Is that very cash positive? So comes through, sales come through, make sure that everything comes through before the food's processed, and we've got good terms with suppliers. But like with anything, you can't just start off with a supplier and say, "Hey, you know what? I need 30-day terms on this." It's hard to, I guess, navigate to that kind of position. So anyone that comes to the market, I always say, good luck to them, because it is hard to to work out that.
It's like Tony Robbins said when somebody approached him and said, "Tony, I'm coming for you. I'm aiming for your spot, man. I'm going to take your spot." And he goes, "Good. I'll support you. I wish you all the luck in the world. And when you get here, just know that you'll be where I've been."
But that's exactly it. We're very, very fortunate at this, I guess, point of our business where the market is heavily saturated to still have a product that is, I guess, at the top of its price point or the bottom of the price point, but the highest in quality.
Awesome value.
Yeah, and I mean, just saying that as well, we've finally gotten to a point now where we've become attractive for private equity companies. Just had some partners come on board now who, looking for the next stage of our business, add so much value to us in terms of where we want to go as a national product and as a brand.
Yeah, awesome. It's funny actually. I saw my sisters on Instagram just posted, "Oh, I just got the new meals from his Legends at 5.4," and I'm going, "Dude, Benny's company." Could have got her a deal, I suppose. But so tell me, Beni, talking about you said you've got some private equity partners involved, and I would like to, for the viewers out there, what is it that you're excited about, whether it's in 5.4 or outside that? What are you excited about in the business world right now?
Oh, mate, a range of things. Obviously, I've got 5.4 and still involved with that on a board level. Recently, I've just started a new venture called the Textiler. So it's kind of like my little side thing. Well, I've got a few other fingers in different pies.
Tell us a bit about that.
But I mean, essentially what it is a tech innovation company. So products such as diaries, travel gear, all that kind of stuff that innovates and creates, makes life easier, I guess, essentially. So these journals with wireless charging and compatible parts here and there is kind of the next thing for me.
So like a business organizer that will charge like your mobile device and that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly right. So essentially, well, I guess the first product that kind of came to market that we've already sold out on, leather-bound journals that do everything wirelessly. So they charge your laptop, your headphones, your speaker, your phone, whatever it is, and something that makes your life much easier throughout the day. So that was kind of our first thing, and we've only just launched those ones, already sold out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so you're still involved in 5.4. I know you're in, was it Sydney at the, what event were you?
Yeah, the Australian Fitness Expo.
Yeah, and you're speaking, and how did that go?
It went great, actually. It kind of really reiterated to our, I guess, our target audience and to ourselves where we are placed in the market, having a high quality product at a very reasonable price point, and we got that back. We had a lot of people, probably, I think we ended up giving out about 3,000 or 4,000 samples of meals out to people, really well received, and it was good to see where we were placed in a really positive, I guess, spot for our business and the staff that were involved with it.
Yeah, excellent. All right, well, now getting to the most important part of the interview,
Yes.
where I ask you the most important questions. So take a sip of water.
Here we go. Yeah.
See, Beni knows me too well. Most people are like, okay.
I know this is going somewhere, yeah.
I didn't know this was coming.
Yep.
But let me know, if you could be a superhero, who would you choose to be and why?
I knew this question was coming. To be completely honest, I would love to probably be the Flash. The Flash is to be honest, I need to be in tons of places at the one time. And if I could be, just zip along instead of fly and getting here and there.
So you're always late.
I'm always late. I love
you being on time.
I appreciate it too. Got a good run today, so yeah. To be honest, I'll be the Flash just because I need to be in a ton of places at once, and sometimes it's not so much the time management. Just I say yes to everything.
Beni, I really appreciate your time and attention.
No worries.
I'm getting the 10-minute clock from at D-Rock over here.
Mate, no worries at all.
Yeah, thanks very much. And don't forget to connect with Beni Doolan on LinkedIn.